Tonight on the Local Live, Norman Rosenblum announces his run for county legislature.
A Mamaroneck High School star dies in a tragic car accident.
Village of Mamaroneck Deputy Mayor Lou Santoro will not run again for the village board.
A police officer sues the Mamaroneck Village PD and PBA for discrimination.
Mamaroneck school budget divides parents.
State Senator Andrea Stewart Cousins urges civic engagement at the League of Women Voters Luncheon.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, April 27th. I'm Ian Sachs.
And I'm Rob Baez. Welcome to the Local Live. Now, we have a lot in store for you tonight, so let's get started.
Mamaroneck Mayor Norman Rosenblum made it official he will run for Westchester County Legislature.
The decision is heavily weighed on three main objectives. Among those, many questions before the County Board of Legislators, those being, first, continued support of the Army Corps of Engineers flood mitigation project. Second, the expansion of the Village of Mamaroneck's legislative ban and sale of commercially bred cats and dogs on a countywide basis. My top priority is the coordinated local and countywide need to address the drug epidemic. I emphasize my seeking the endorsement of various political parties is not to run against any particular individual, but rather to simply the office of county legislator for the 7th District and seek to serve all residents, business, and visitors in the district's South Shore communities with public service, not politics. Thank you very much, and I look forward to a campaign.
To watch the rest of the press conference, go to lmctv.org.
Mamaroneck's Deputy Mayor Lou Santoro will not seek re-election to the village board this November. Santoro, a Republican and lifelong resident of Mamaroneck, is finishing his 4th term and 8th year on the board. Santoro said, "It has been my pleasure and truly an honor to serve the village of Mamaroneck and its residents for most of the past decade. The time has come for me to move on to the next chapter, but I am extremely proud of the work Mayor Rosenblum and I have done on behalf of the friendly village. It is my hope that the board continues to work together to better our local community and its citizens." Santoro, a former fire chief and employee of Westchester Joint Waterworks, plans to enjoy his retirement spending time with loved ones.
With religious hymns and white balloons, family and friends gathered at Mamaroneck's high school soccer field to honor Douglas Alvarez, the 2016 grad and soccer star who died in a car crash Saturday night in upstate New York. A freshman at SUNY Cobleskill, the 18-year-old planned to study business, agriculture, and nursing. He played soccer for the SUNY school, and during high school, he played for FC Westchester. On Sunday evening, the school district expressed condolences, tweeting, "Rest in peace."
Alvarez is survived by his mother, sister, brother, and many other relatives. A GoFundMe page created by his sister, Diana Velasquez, to cover expenses aimed to raise $7,000. As of this afternoon, the page has raised more than $26,000. There will be a wake tomorrow from 4 to 8 p.m. at Cokes and Graziano Funeral Home in Mamaroneck. The funeral mass will be at St. Vito's Most Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Mamaroneck at 10 a.m. this Saturday.
A Mamaroneck Village police officer of Dominican descent is suing the police department and the Village Police Benevolent Association for racial discrimination. Jose Gomez claims the department and the PBA changed policy that affected only him and took away seniority benefits he was promised and entitled to. The suit lists Police Chief Christopher Leahy, PBA President Charles Deshensky, and 7 other members of the department.
Gomez claims they retaliated against him after he complained about the policy change. 2 years ago, he found racist literature in his police mailbox. He complained to the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, but was told there was insufficient evidence to pursue an investigation. And due to the pending litigation, Leahy declined to comment.
A battle is brewing over next year's proposed Mamaroneck school budget. Last weekend, an opposition flyer appeared on theloopedny.com urging residents to vote no on May 16th, citing the tax cap override, reduction in staffing as enrollment increases, a 6% increase in the superintendent's salary, the addition of a new assistant superintendent, and elimination of the Apple program at Mamaroneck High School. Sources say the district's action on Apple is the impetus behind the movement.
Shortly after, Murray Avenue PTA President Melanie Kraut wrote to the Loop expressing support for the budget and disputing allegations of the superintendent's salary increase, explaining that the 6% increase is for staffing in the superintendent's office and a $21,000 retention bonus awarded Dr. Shaps by the Board of Education. Kraut also argues that the proposed budget is fiscally responsible and the redesign of the Apple program will provide students with support.
Additional community members have weighed in both for and against the budget. The vote is May 16th and requires a 60% vote to pass because it exceeds the tax cap. If that vote is unsuccessful, district spokesperson Debbie Mineta says the board will then put forth another budget which could be the same or different. If that budget fails, the district would go to a contingency budget that could require deeper cuts. We'll be following this story and the budget vote.
In a fiery address to the Sound Shore Leagues of Women's Voters on April 21st, New York State Senator Andrea Stewart-Cousins argued for the importance of community involvement in government. The senator stressed the importance of voting, warning that not voting will, quote, allow a backward slide, end quote. She said the LWV is comprised of powerful people who, with the right organization, can make sure that the state does not repeal laws that benefit women and minorities.
You fight for housing, you fight for voting rights, you fight for freedom, you fight for integrity, you fight for people's rights, you fight for the people who are marginalized because they don't have your voice. That's what you do. You fight. You fight for the air and the water. You fight. And every once in a while, generation after generation, we find out that we win. Let's continue to win.
To hear Senator Stewart-Cousins' story and to watch the full video, please visit lmctv.org.
Do you have any unused or expired drugs in your medicine cabinet? This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you'll be able to drop them off at the Larchmont Village Hall lobby at 120 Larchmont Avenue and at the Town of Mamaroneck Police Department at 740 West Boston Post Road. For more information, visit DEA.gov.
At the planning board meeting last night in the village of Mamaroneck, the flavor of the night was again Ralph's Italian Ices. A team of 5 representatives argued for an hour and a half that recent improvements made in the parking lot and along the side of the building merit the board's approval. Ralph's repeatedly pointed to changes it's made in response to complaints about traffic flow, parking, trash, noise, and safety. Planning board members were not convinced, some saying there's just no way to solve the problem of what they call circulation, meaning the safe flow of cars and customers around the property.
Ralph's neighbors got their licks in too, showing videos of unsafe parking and street crossing and long lines of customers last summer. They warned about an accident waiting to happen and made anguished pleas to restore peace and quiet to the neighborhood. And what about the empty space next door to Ralph's? The building's landowner took the mic to say he may rent it out to a coffee shop, but definitely not a burger place. Finally, after devoting 2 hours to Ralph's, the planning board gave the ice cream store still more time to address circulation and the safety of its customers, and maybe a new eatery next door. There were several other items on the agenda last night. You can watch the full meeting at lmctv.org, and we'll keep you posted about Ralph's.
Bringing us the online stories trending in the media, here is Andrew Sfunchik.
If you're a Hudson Valley resident looking to get into show business, now is your chance to appear as an extra in a major film called Departures, starring Game of Thrones actress Maisie Williams and actor Asa Butterfield. The Hudson Valley Commission says they are looking for local residents ages 18 to 22 of all ethnicities who look like high schoolers. For more information about the casting call, visit the Daily Voice. Also from the Daily Voice, if you're a Mamaroneck resident looking to cure that cabin fever you've received from the cold winter, visit these 3 popular springtime hangout spots: Harbor Island Park, Halftime Beverage, and Winged Foot Golf Club. For more information about other popular hangout spots, visit foursquare.com. Mamaroneck and Larchmont were listed high in a survey released of the 100 best suburbs to live in across the country based on crime, public schools, local amenities, cost of living, and job opportunities. Mamaroneck came in at number 94 and Larchmont came in at number 36. To find out what other suburbs made it to the list, visit niche.com. The Street Store Club of Mamaroneck High School will be holding a street store in Columbus Park on May 20th. They will be teaming up with Larchmont Mamaroneck Hunger Task Force to give away free donations to low-income families in need. The club is in need of donations. For more information on how and what to donate, contact Ella Rose, president of the Street Store Club, at mhsstreetstore@gmail.com. Mamaroneck-based brownie entrepreneur Diana Lovett decided to channel her passion for doing good by starting her own Cisse Cocoa Company, a line of baking mixes, hot chocolate, and brownies made from organic, fair trade beans from the Dominican Republic for people to have a guilt-free dessert. Lovett credits the Chobani Food Incubator for teaching her how to take her brand to the next level. To find out what she learned, visit LoHUD. This was In the Media. I'm Andrew Sfonchik.
Now it's time for our local trivia, and then coming up, we'll have sports and talk diabetes and healthy eating in our lifestyle segment.
Did you know that if you missed the last government meeting, you can watch it on our website? Just go to lmctv.org, click on videos, then click on municipal meetings, scroll down to find the meeting you want, or use the search function in the upper right corner and type in the name or date of the meeting. Then watch. You can see the full agenda and jump to a specific agenda item. It's all a click away at lmctv.org.
Welcome back to the Local Live. This week in sports, the Mamaroneck Baseball team hosted RC Ketchum in a rematch of last year's Section 1 title game. The Tigers entered with a disappointing record of 2-8, but had ace pitcher Truman Devitt on the bump to try to pick up a win against a quality opponent. Let's head out to Manchester Field. Bottom of the first, Tigers had men on first and second with one out. Drew Antonelli at the plate hits a hard liner to first for an easy, unassisted double play, and just like that, the inning's over. Moving ahead to the bottom of the third, Tommy Spiro is on second with two out. Mark Adamo hits a seemingly harmless grounder to second, but the throw goes off first baseman Ryan Kirby's glove. Spiro comes all the way home to score the game's first run. Top of the fifth now, Ketchum with a man on first and one out. James Nardelli hits a hard liner to short. Michael Campbell puts it away and fires back to first for an inning-ending double play. In the bottom half, Peter Solomini on second with one out. Max Bone delivers a bomb, plates another Tigers run, and they lead 2-0 now. Next batter is Jarrett Noctegal. He hits a chopper back to Ketchum pitcher Ryan Murphy. They get Bone trying to advance to third, but some fireworks are set off in the process. Ketchum coach Pat Mealy, unhappy with Bone's slide, goes off on Tigers coach Mike Schiaparelli and the home bench. Eventually things would return to order and play would resume. Top of the sixth, two down, Vincent Polini hits a grounder to Mark Adamo at second. He flips high to first, but a great play by Chris Watroba to apply the tag on Polini, inning over. The score holds at 2-0, and the Tigers pick up their third win of the season and a tiny bit of redemption against the team that knocked them out of last year's playoffs. DeVitt picked up the win and a complete game shutout, striking out 5 along the way. That wraps it up for this week in sports action. Stay tuned for more community stories.
Welcome to the Local Lifestyle. This week we're going to be talking about healthy meals and snacks for diabetics. Diabetes affects millions of Americans each year, and for those who are diagnosed with diabetes, need to develop a healthy routine with their eating. Today we have with us Alexandra Kaplan-Corin, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified diabetes educator who practiced full-time in Westchester. She specializes in weight management and medical nutrition therapy. So hi Alex,
Hi.
Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So please tell me, what is diabetes and what types are there?
So diabetes is a disease that affects the way the body processes the sugars in our blood. So there's many different types of diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes, where the body produces little to no insulin, which is a hormone in the body that helps the sugar move from the blood into the cells to be used for energy. And then we have pre-diabetes, which is early stages of type 2 diabetes. And you know where your blood sugars are high, and then if it's full-blown type 2 diabetes, your blood sugars are even higher, and your body has trouble processing the sugars in your blood.
Okay. And there's also other ones as gestational and other types, of course.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so now we have different types of food here. So please let's go into it. So first we have the snacks, healthy eating. So for the first snack, we have apples, and I would say about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of 1 or 2, I would say, of peanut butter.
Yes.
So how many carbs is that?
So 1 medium apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter is about 20 grams of carbs.
Okay.
And the key here, the reason this is a healthy snack for anyone or someone with diabetes, is that it contains fiber from the fruit, which will still spike up the blood sugar because it has carbohydrates that break down to sugar. But then you pair it with a healthy fat from the peanut butter, which will slow the release of the carbohydrates in your blood and keep your blood sugar stable.
So it's like a equal balance.
Exactly.
Healthy balance. Now for the second snack, we have about a cup of blueberries and a couple of almonds. How many carbs is that, and why is it healthy?
About 20 grams of carbs also. You'll get the fiber from the blueberries, and then again the healthy fat from the almonds, and the protein will help blunt the rise in the blood sugar from the high fiber berries.
Okay, perfect. Now for the third snack, we have with us sliced cucumbers, carrots, a little bit of hummus, or you could use it as guacamole as well as a dipping sauce. Why is this healthy, and how many carbs?
Exactly. So that's all of these vegetables are non-starchy vegetables.
Okay.
So they're going to be lower in carbs, about 12 grams of carbs for that plate. So we have the fiber from the vegetables, which is important, and then we pair it with the healthy fat from either the hummus or the guacamole.
Okay, perfect. Now we also have with us a meal, general meal for diabetics. So we have about a cup of brown rice, chicken, you could have grilled chicken, you could have fish, you could supplement that. If you buy from a rotisserie chicken from a supermarket, make sure it's without the skin. And then we have a side dish of Brussels sprouts, non-starchy veggies.
Exactly.
And then on the side, anybody could have a salad, leafy greens, sliced tomatoes. How many carbs is this roughly?
Okay, so about a half a cup of the brown rice is about 22 grams of carbs. Very few carbohydrates in the rest of the meal. So
I mean, like for leafy green, it's like 1.1 carbs is basically nothing.
Exactly. So the vegetables work to fill you up and keep you full for a long period of time. Lots of fiber to keep your blood sugar stable. And then you get the protein from the chicken. And then we have a high fiber form of carbohydrates from the brown rice.
And if anybody doesn't like Brussels sprouts, you can supplement that with mushrooms or broccoli, anything.
Cauliflower, exactly. Those non-starchy vegetables.
Exactly. Now for dessert. What are some healthy desserts, and why is this one healthy? We have the Dole's strawberry dippers.
Yeah, so that's with dark chocolate, so it's not going to be as much sugar as the milk chocolate.
Okay.
So you get a little fat from the chocolate actually, and you get some fiber from the fruit. So with desserts, you want to watch the content of carbohydrates and the sugars that are in it. This only has 6 grams of carbohydrates.
And
so
that's
it's very
perfect. And I
little.
think it's only even about 60 calories per pack, which is even better.
Exactly.
Now, how can people control or eventually prevent diabetes?
So you really want to focus on physical activity and changing your diet so you're eating regularly throughout the day, 3 meals, some snacks, and choosing the right combinations of foods like I showed you here.
Okay. And ultimately exercising.
And exercise
As well.
exactly.
So thank you so much for helping us and giving us these healthy tips.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Now, thank you. And also, I want to thank our viewers at home for watching us. If you feel that you have some of the symptoms we discussed today, please speak with your primary physician immediately. We'll be back soon with more healthy tips to keep you in good shape from the inside out. Now, stay tuned for more of The Local Live.
Is your teen interested in films? Then LMC TV's filmmaking workshop is just for them. Teens work together to write, direct, act, and edit their own films. It's a full filmmaking experience you won't get anywhere else. We offer 2 workshops with limited space, so sign them up today for a fun, enriching experience. LMC TV, your filmmaking community connection.
This week at Pet Rescue are 2 adorable 3.5-month-old puppies. Bunny is tan and Ladybug is black. Both girls love belly rubs, hugs, and licking faces. They are best friends, but can be adopted separately and are currently being leash trained. Either puppy would make your home warm and full of love. So for more on adopting Ladybug or Bunny, visit ny-petrescue.org.
Who doesn't love seeing cute puppies like that?
Definitely.
Remember to help keep us on the air by making a donation online. Go to www.lmctv.org and click on the donate button in the upper right-hand corner. We really appreciate all the help.
And we always welcome new volunteers and interns, so we'd love to hear from you. So send an email to thelocallive@lmctv.org and join our crew. Thank you so much for watching our show, and that's all for tonight. I'm Rob Baez.
And I'm Ian Sachs. See you next week for another episode of The Local Live.